Hi, boys and girls, and welcome to Storytime. We're going to share more stories about good night, and we'll start with our welcome song. We clap to say hello. We clap to say hello. We are here at Storytime. We clap to say hello. We wave to say hello. We wave to say hello. We are here at Storytime. We wave to sing hello. We stomp to sing hello. We stomp to sing hello. We are here at story time. We stomp to sing hello. We're going to share 2 more goodnight stories and some rhymes. This is a good night's rest. And all the goodnight stories are by Shelley Moore Thomas. It has been a long, hard day for the good knight. He has saved 3 princesses from peril. He has helped 2 old gypsies cross the moat when the drawbridge got stuck. He had helped 1 little cat get down from a tall tree. The good knight was tired. "You need a rest," said the king. "Take a few days off." The good knight went to his tower. He packed his wagon full of supplies, and then he went to bid farewell to his little dragon friends. "I need a rest," he said. "I'm going on vacation." "Vacation?" said the dragons. "Can we come?" The good knight did not know what to think, but he was a good knight. "Very well," said the good knight. "You may come along. Pack quickly. We will leave at once." The dragons packed their cute, cuddliest blankets and their puffiest pillows. They packed their beach towels, goggles, and water wings. They packed their toothbrushes and plenty of tasty potato chips. They packed so much that they filled the wagon to a tippy-top tip. Hi-ho, off we go," said the good dragon. "We're on vacation," cried the dragon. "To find relaxation," said the good knight. You think the good knight's going to find relaxation with those 3 dragons along? After a few minutes, they passed a peaceful stream that went trickle, trickle, trickle. "How much longer?" asked the first dragon. "I need to stretch my legs." "I need to stretch my arms," said the second dragon. "I have to use the bushes," said the third dragon. "I don't believe this," said the good knight. "We just left." The good knight was not ready to stop, but he was a good knight. He stopped the wagon, and off ran the little dragons. The knight listened to the peaceful stream. Trickle, trickle, trickle. It was quiet and restful. "Ah," sighed the good knight. Just as he was about to fall asleep, first splash, the dragons jumped in the stream. "Get the towels," called the first dragon, "and the water wings," called the second dragon, "and the potato chips," called the third dragon. The good knight trudged back to the wagon to get towels and snacks for them. "Well," thought the good knight, "I suppose a vacation is wherever you find it," and he unpacked the wagon. "Can we go now?" asked the first dragon. "This place is too muddy," said the second dragon, "and too watery," said the third dragon. "We just got here," said the good knight. He did not want to go yet, but he was a good knight. "Very well," he said, "we'll leave at once." The good knight repacked the wagon to the tippy-tip-top. "Hi-ho, off we go," said the good knight. "Vacation," said the dragons. "Relaxation," murmured the good knight. After a while, they passed a peaceful meadow that smelled green, green, green. "How much longer?" asked the first dragon. "I'm hungry." "I'm thirsty," said the second dragon. "I need to use the bushes," said the third dragon. "Not again," said the good knight. He did not want to stop. He wanted to keep on going, but he was a good knight. He stopped the wagon, and the dragons took care of their needs. The good knight sniffed the air of the peaceful meadow. It was quiet and restful. The breeze played in the grasses. "Ah," he sighed. He was just about to fall asleep when suddenly, "You're it," cried the first dragon, so he chased the second dragon. "Not me," called the second dragon as she jumped over the good knight. "I'll get the chips," called the third dragon as he grabbed them from the wagon. "Well," thought the good knight, "I guess relaxation is wherever you make it." He started to unpack the wagon. "Can we go now?" asked the first dragon. "The place is too grassy," said the second dragon. "And too itchy," said the third dragon. "You must be joking," cried the good knight. "We just got here." The good knight was not ready to leave yet, but he was a good knight. "Very well," he said, "we'll leave at once." He repacked the wagon to the tippy-tip-top. "Hi-ho, off we go," said the good knight. "Vacation," cried the dragons. "Relaxation." cried the good knight. After a while they came to a peaceful hilltop with a great view. "Are we there yet?" asked the first dragon. "I need to use the bushes." "I really need to use the bushes," said the second dragon. "I need to use the bushes now," said the third dragon. "This is too much," said the good knight. He didn't want to stop yet, but he was a good knight. He stopped the wagon. The dragon ran from the bushes. The good knight looked around at the peaceful mountain and the fluffy puffy clouds. It was quiet and restful. "Ah," said the good knight, and he just closed his eyes when suddenly, ta-da! "I am the king of the mountain," yelled the first dragon. "I'll race you down the hill," cried the second dragon. "Who ate the potato chips?" yelled the third dragon. The three little dragons stood in front of the good knight. "Can we go now?" asked the first dragon. "The place is too rocky," said the second dragon. "And it's too dirty," called the third dragon. "But we just got here," cried the good knight. "I want to rest. I want to relax. I need a break." The three little dragons looked at the good knight. He did not look happy. He was very tired. "What you need is to lie down," they said. The dragons loaded the wagon and put the good knight on the tippy-tip top. "Leave the vacation and relaxation to us," they said. The good knight was too tired to protest. Soon he fell asleep. The little dragons drove and drove and drove. What do you think was taking the night? "Where am I?" asked the good knight when he woke up. "On vacation," said the first dragon. "For relaxation," said the second dragon. "In our cave," said the third dragon. It was quiet in the cave and peaceful and restful. The dragons unloaded the whole wagon all by themselves while the good knight relaxed in bed. They prepared a simple meal and brought him a glass of water. They even massaged the poor good knight's feet before they gave him a kiss good night. Soon the good knight was fallen asleep again. A relaxing vacation certainly can be a lot of work, remembers. The little dragons were pretty tired themselves. Good night," they said together, and then they tipped over to their beds and went to sleep. And that's good night. That's a good night's rest. Here we go. It's to If You're Happy and You Know It, and it's about knights. If you're a knight and you know it, swing your sword. If you're a knight and you know it, swing your sword. If you're a knight and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're a knight and you know it, swing your sword. If you're a giant and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're a giant and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're giant and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're giant and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're a dragon and you know it, give a roar. Here we go, roar. If you're a dragon and you know it, give a roar. Roar. If you're a dragon and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're a dragon and you know it, give a roar. Roar. And we have one more good night story. Take care, good night. And then we have a song, our goodbye song. Once there were three little dragons. The dragons lived in a deep dark cave that was in the king's forest. The dragons were very happy in their cave. They had a good friend. He was called the Good Knight. Every day he rode his horse, clippity-clop, to the dragon's cave to say, "Good morning, good dragons." "Good morning, good night," replied the dragons. And every night he rode his horse, clippity-clop, to put the little dragons to bed. Good night," the dragon said before they went to sleep. One day, after the good knight had ridden all the way, his horse all the way, clickety-clock, the little dragons heard a knock on the door. It was another friend, the old wizard. "Good day, little dragons. I was wondering if you could help me," the old wizard said. "I will try," said the dragons. "We will try," said the dragons. "I'd like you to watch my cats while I go away for a few days. Can you do it?" The dragons had never watched cats before, but the good knight had taught them it was good to do good deeds. "Certainly we'll help you," said the dragons. The old wizard was very happy. He told the dragons that he would leave a note with the instructions at his cottage. He left them the shiny silver keys to his door. "Take care, good dragons," he said, and then he disappeared in a puff of smoke. This is going to be fun, said the first dragon. I can hardly wait, said the second dragon. Yippee, said the third. The next day the dragons went to the wizard's cottage to take care of the cats. They opened the door with the shiny silver key. They saw lots of cats. They found the wizard's note on the counter. There was only one problem. The dragons didn't know how to read. Give the cats fresh water, give the cats food from the cupboard, put the cats to sleep in their beds at night. But the dragons couldn't read. Who's going to help the dragons? I think the first thing we're supposed to do is keep the cats swimming in the lake, said the first dragon. So the dragons gathered up the cats and took them to the lake for a swim. Is that what they were supposed to do? Just then the good knight was riding by on his horse. Good day, good dragon, said the good knight. What are you doing? We are taking the wizard's cats for a swim, said the dragon. He told us to. Cats swimming? That didn't seem right. The old wizard said so. It must be true. Very well, said the good knight. Carry on. The cats did not like to swim. They did not like it one bit. They howled and yowled. They quivered and shivered until the little dragons took them home. Then the little dragons looked at the wizard's note to see what to do next. I think it says to put the cats in the cupboard, said the second dragon. You think the cats belong in the cupboard? So the dragons put the cats in the cupboard. Just then the good knight was riding by. What are you doing? Asked the good knight. We are putting the wizard's cats in the cupboard. He told us to. Cats in the cupboard? That did not seem right. But if the old wizard said so, it must be true. Very well, said the good knight. Carry on. But the cats did not like being in the cupboard. They did not like it one bit. They scratched and scratched until the little dragons let them out. By then the cats were very thirsty and very hungry, and so were the little dragons. But they looked at the note once more. I think now we're supposed to take the cats camping, said the third dragon. So the dragon took the cats out camping under the stars. What are you doing? Asked the good knight, who was coming to bring the dragons back to the cave. We are taking the cats out camping, said the dragons. The old wizard told us. Cats camping? That doesn't seem right. The wizard said so. It must be true. Very well, said the good knight. Carry on. The cats did not like camping. They did not like it one bit. They jumped and bumped. They clawed and pawed. They cussed and fussed and hissed, and they would not even eat one tasted marshmallow. Good knight could not help but hear all the racket cats were making. Something doesn't seem right, he thought. But he rode to the wizard's house, clippity-clop. Follow me, good dragons, he said. Let us get to the bottom of this and bring those cats. Inside the wizard's house, the knight found the wizard's note. It did not say to take the cats swimming, it did not say to put the cats in a cupboard or to take them camping. Didn't you read the note? He asked. The dragons hung their heads, their eyes filled with drippy, droppy tears. We told him we would take care, but we don't know how to read, they confessed. So the good knight read the note to the dragons. First they gave the cats water, then they fed the cats food from the cupboard, and then they put the cats in their beds to sleep. By then the dragons were very tired themselves. The good knight walked them back to their cave and tucked them in for a good night. The next day the wizard came back from his trip. He visited the dragons. Thank you for watching my cats, he said. You did such a good job. I want you to have this. He handed them a tiny baby kitten of their own. And I want you to have this, said the good knight. He handed a book to the dragons. It was a book about learning to read. So we have one more song and then our goodbye song. Fierce is a dragon, brave is a knight, pretty is a princess, tiny is a sprite, tall is a giant, white is a queen, silly is the jester, happy is the king. All from the times of the knights. There's a clapping in the castle, there's a clapping all around, there's a clapping in the castle, mirth and merriment abound. There's jumping with the jesters, there's jumping all around, there's jumping with the jesters, mirth and merriment abound. There's twirling in the tower, there's twirling in the tower, there's twirling all around, there's twirling in the tower, mirth and merriment abound. There is dancing on the drawbridge, there's dancing all around, There's dancing on the drawbridge, mirth and merriment abounds. Light the candles, start the music, lords and ladies, one and all, with their song and dance and laughter, we will fill the castle walls. And now it's time to say goodbye. We've got to say goodbye. We've got to say goodbye. We will hear it's story time. We've got to say goodbye. We need to say goodbye. We need to say goodbye. We will hear it's story time. We need to say goodbye. We stop to say goodbye. We stop to say goodbye. We will hear it's story time. We stop to say goodbye. And I hope you liked our stories about the good night and the dragons today. Thanks for coming to Storytime.